Some kids got no respect for their elders or the bus driver. If you were there and saw and heard how they carry on and that sort of thing, and I mean the girls are worse than the boys.
Well, I'm a little bit scared to drive this one.
Should they be nervous? Always.
The main reason the buses, I like the buses because the railway buses used to come down, like I lived at Margaret River, or Witchcliff, which is the other side of Margaret River, and the only transport you had going through to Perth was the railway bus. And they used to come through, they were railway freighter, they had passengers and freight. And I used to think, oh, what a great job that'd be, driving that up the highway,
Been in charge of the training over there for about 2 years. In this role, 2.5 years, did a lot of the mentor driving for the guys that came out of the school. So there used to be a lot of focus more on their driving aptitude rather than anything else. And today the big focus is about customer service, their ability to relate to other people. And that's such a critical thing in our job nowadays.
I was 42 years old, right? And I got 2 kids, so I'm getting old and I want to be a stable job.
Oh, a lot of paperwork, introduction to the company, give them an idea of their overview of their journey with us, course program, take them out for a drive, get to know them a little. That's about it, really.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Follow me. I can teach them to drive, that part's easy. The being good with people part's hard.
My name's Jesse. I've just come over from Queensland where I was driving school buses. I come from a heavy transport background, semis and urban buses, but the school bus service that I was driving for over there, no prospect of any more hours. I had part-time work, full-time bills.
It's a bit of a rest area down here for drivers, if you've got a bit of time to kill between shifts or whatever. Our depots used to have things like gyms and stuff in them, but too many people made workers' compensation claims for working out in the gym between shifts, so they got rid of all of that stuff.
Day one it is. A bit nervous, but excited at the same time, so yeah, just can't wait to get into it a bit more, get them out there and get into the passengers a bit more, especially some of the old pensioners and all that. They like to hear yes, thank you, ma'am, sir. They like to hear all that, and that makes their day. So.
People don't realise when you're sitting behind the wheel what goes on. You're trying to do a trip, you're watching the road, you don't pull into that bus stop there because if the front wheel drops into that grate, that's going to upset people on the thing, and then when you're going down the road, you move over a bit because there's another bump there or something. So you're doing all these sort of things when you're driving. And then when you get people to their destination, nobody says thanks, so they don't know what you've been doing. But I did this one trip with a full load on, and it was a real hassle with traffic and everything. And we got up to Mirrabooka, and a little Aboriginal kid, snot running down his nose, and he says, "That was a good drive, driver." And that's one out of 70 odd people on the bus, he was the only one that said anything to me. And you think you've just busted your gut all the way out, doing the right thing, pulling them up, and that's all you get now. Whereas everyone would have said, "Thank you, good night, see you next week," or so society's just changed that much, it's a shame.
looking forward to it. So now we're starting to drive the real McCoy, and we're going to be doing a proper run from here on in. So this is what we'll be actually doing for our living. Just getting used to all the new controls, all the new layouts and the new braking system.
Then as we're travelling along, I'm going to give you an idea of how many stops are on each street.
Right.
All right?
Yes.
And that'll give you an idea when your next turn's going to be. All right? Lovely. Neutral. Alright, open the door. Fantastic. Dharmesh, set yourself up for a 441 please, mate. Yep. Nice job, mate. Nice job.
This day and age, people aren't as good with their showering as they used to be, and the old buses, you could open up all your windows and everything went out the window, but now this just circulates around, and sometimes, yeah, they've got off the bus and gone, and you've got it all still floating around in there, you know.
Press it harder. It's all right.
I think we're on track. I think we're as a group we're all doing pretty good.
I'll drive us around to Morley bus station. Just give you a feel on how roughly to drive and how not to drive in the weather. Once again, we remember what speed limit is in the depot. 15 k's, thank you.
And don't forget the stop sign, please, James.
Yeah, that's on the way back in.
You sure there's not one on the way out?
It's definitely not one on the way out.
You don't have to worry about the seat, John. You'll be alright.
It's 80.
You'll be alright.
Yeah, put it on 80.
Are you driving?
No, you are.
Thank you. Well, this is the first time that I've driven this type. They've told me you've got to have a very soft foot, and I've just got to find that soft foot.
Yeah.
Every time it rains, this is Perth, doesn't rain all that often. When it first rains, the odd wiper fails. If we can manage to keep it going, we'll keep going. If not, we'll need to get another bus. So. Going to be one of those days, I think. centre there. That little thing there is a roundabout, yeah. Alright, thank you. No. You got it.
Baptism by water, yeah. It wasn't a good way to start on this new bus, but we got here. While there was no rain and the windscreen wipers were working, I was okay. And then the windscreen wipers kept breaking, but that's the way it goes. We'll just have to pick it up and go forward from here.
The early 500s had a door right in the middle of the back of the bus, and doing a Bentley High School school run, driving down the road, bang, bang, I thought, what the hell's that? And then I looked. Anyway, I spotted a kid throwing a cracker. That's when the fireworks were around, throwing a cracker out the window at the cars. So when they got the next bell for the stop, when I pulled up, I jumped out the bus, raced around the back, opened the back door up, and he just lit another one up. And when I yelled, he dropped it into the bag and hung onto the bag. And you've never seen 50 kids trying to get out of a bus before the crack. They went off. There was smoke and stuff, and it cured him. You know, I don't think he would have done that again. Socks.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the length of the bus, and it might swing. The back swings out. It's going to be very interesting today.
Okay, I didn't realise we were going to be driving Arctics. Yeah, they seem to be obviously carry a lot more passengers a lot longer. So with that sort of bit in the middle that moves, it'll be interesting going around corners. So
Well, the big thing is that the tail end of it cuts the corner. It doesn't actually follow you directly around.
Okay.
So it will have the tendency to cut the corner. So you need to hang out that little bit wider to allow for it.
yeah.
Well, I'm a little bit scared to drive this one.
And as I said the other day, they've got a locking mechanism in. If you go too hard, the thing's just going to jackknife and the pin will drop in. Once that pin's in, you're dead. You can't move. Keep going, start turning now. Harder, harder. That's it, stay on that line. See this post? Look at how many times it's been hit. That way you can see it. Is that right?
So we have to go that way?
Follow the
that way?
Yep, so you've got to go around the roundabout and turn up there. See the bus sign?
Yep.
It says up there. So go towards the roundabout, come back this way, and then go back out that way. And really tight. Curvies. Nice. Nice. Okay, I thought you were going to stuff up there. That's another roundabout. If you get it wrong, you'll drop your pin and you'll lock the bus up.
I'm of white Anglo-Saxon extraction, grew up in Australia where eye contact is an important thing because I was taught to make eye contact with people, you know, but that doesn't work in all cultures.
Yeah. My wife's Aboriginal and her mum is an elder, so I'm not really supposed to look at her, which works fine with me. But, you know, we get on really well and I respect her, she respects me, so it works out well. I have Muslim women. They don't want to touch your hands.
Touch your hands.
So they'll grab a timetable, put the money in the timetable
Yeah.
and pass it to you that way.
Yeah.
And same when you hand the change back to them, they'll have the timetable and the money will slip
Got
down
to be
the
a little
timetable.
culturally sensitive nowadays. You know?
She's actually respecting you. In her
in her culture, she considered herself impure. Like if someone washed, in Islamic faith, if a man, Muslim man, washed or cleansed himself for prayer, if he touched a female, he had to go and wash himself again. That's according to their. So she's actually considerate to you, because that's what she's been brought up with, not to make physical contact with even her father or brother, because that can be considered impure. For him, he has to go and wash for prayer again. So
yeah, same thing. Deeply religious, believe in Hindu, they will do same thing. It's like my wife, my mother, or even my father. In the morning, they are doing a prayer half an hour. When they have a shower, everything, they not touch anyone.
How do they have sex then?
Probably the same way as most people do, mate.
Yeah, they have to do, isn't it?
Open the door.
Yeah, all feeling pretty good at the moment. Nothing like a bit of rain, eh?
It's my first day today. I'm struggling. Getting there slowly.
First day out there, let me loose. Yeah, bit of a challenge, especially today. It's we're all fogged up, and yeah, and the machine's broken down, so they're all getting freebies today. So that's cool. Saves me counting out the change. It's broken, mate. So you get freebie today. Yeah. So I'm just about to head off down to Scarborough, and I'm on my way now. Yeah.
Sure. Stand 8, come on. Stand 8. Stand 8.
That was my first trip. Yeah, I'm going alright, I think. But, you know, we don't want to say too much because anything could happen.
Bus 1796.
Oh yeah, really nice. It wasn't hot that, but it's really nice. On time, perfect everywhere. Yeah.
Class 1796.
Ship 4117. I'm just looking for my stand. What letter is the stand 8? Over.
Stand 8, what bus station, over?
It's in Wellington bus station, over.
Okay, that is on C Road, just about halfway up on C Road, over.
Roger, base. So we missed the zero.
Yeah, 67 Tango 737. I'm on 9-hour drive before Olive Street. I have done the 2 fan belts on my radiator, over.
Passenger is waiting for me. Let me see.
Yeah, my very first fare was out from Vic Park into Perth, and the fare from those days was 1 a penny. A woman gave me 1 threepence for a 1 a penny fare. I gave her 2 pennies back, and then I thought I'll keep them, so I took money out of my pocket and put it in a bag, and I still got them. It was 46 years ago last week. So over those years they've gone from one little thing into another around the place, but I've still got them. So most people most probably don't know what a threepence is. And the 1963 shilling had a sheep's head on. So they've been around a while.
What does it mean to you to look back at those coins in your hand?
What it means to me when I look at them, I think back to how green I was and how I was starting on a journey that has taken me 1 million miles and 1 million passengers. So and lots of memories. Yeah, with my kids growing up and all the trivial things that go on, they do bring back a lot of memories, yeah. A lot of good blokes I've known, drivers. Sad I went to a funeral on Monday, you know. But yeah, a little thing like that can bring back a lot of good memories. So I've been lucky. How do I cope with it? I've got my hobbies. The other thing now, I'm at where I want to finish off a couple of projects I'm doing with cars. Now if I retire I can't afford to do that, and while I'm still enjoying bus driving and earning the money to put into cars, I'll keep going. I don't know how long they'll let me go, but I mean the projects I got could be a long time.